Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. William, and I'm delighted to join you again on this journey to care for your memory, clarity of mind, and yourself. Dear friends, aging doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in like the ticking of a clock in a quiet room. And sometimes the first sign isn't pain, but that thought. Did I just forget something? I remember one morning I was brewing tea and suddenly wondered, did I add sugar already? I stared at the cup, then laughed at myself. Of course I did just a moment ago. Have you ever had that feeling? Something seemingly insignificant, but when it happens again and again, it makes you pause and ask, is my memory not as sharp as it used to be? Truth is, after age 50, this is completely normal. The brain, like a muscle, loses flexibility when we don't exercise it regularly. But here's the good news. You don't need to go far. You don't need a gym or expensive gadgets. Just a few minutes a day. With simple mental exercises, you can keep your memory sharp, your mind alert, and your confidence strong, all within the comfort of your own home. Today's video will walk you through 5 easy exercises like counting backward puzzles, word-finding games techniques I often share with my patients. And if you practice them consistently, I truly believe you'll remember more live brighter and stay sharp for years to come. Think of this as a brain crunch. No paper, no phone, just your focus. Here's how it works. Start from 100. Subtract each time 100, 93, 86, 79, 72. Continue for 1-2 minutes daily while waiting for tea before bed or anytime you can focus. Why 7? Because it's not a round number. Your brain won't go on autopilot the way it would with 10 or 5. It keeps your neurons alert, like descending a spiral staircase one step at a time. A patient, Mr. Frank, 68, was feeling slower mentally, forgetting names, songs, or details. I told him to do this exercise every morning. 1 week later, he called, Doctor, I remembered the Sinatra song, and today I reached number 9 without slipping once. So you don't have to be perfect. Consistency matters more than getting every answer right. Language is core to our thinking, but after 60, finding the right word becomes harder. You can strengthen this by playing a letter challenge. Choose any letter, say B. Name as many words beginning with B as possible within 1 minute, within a chosen theme, e.g., fruits, animals, kitchen items. Example, baby. A fun story I suggested to a 71-year-old man and his granddaughter to play this game each morning. One asked letter M animals. She answered meo moi min vote. Not every answer was perfect, but laughter filled the morning, and their neurons were exercising too. Do this with your family, record yourself, or write the words down. It helps with short-term memory, engages the brain's language center, and sharpens mental agility. Ever walked out of a room and forgotten why? This exercise helps rebuild short-term memory. Place 5-7 familiar items on a table. Each a scissors, spoon, glasses, shampoo, book, tissue, box. Look carefully for 30 seconds. Cover the items, then try to recall them all. After a few hours, test yourself again. If you're alone, take a photo, look for 30 seconds, then hide it and recall what you saw. A patient, Patricia, 68, often forgot where the garlic was in her kitchen. She began this exercise photo in the morning, recall an hour later. 2 weeks later, she said, Doctor, I never forget the cutting board now, and my mind feels sharper, like I can open a drawer without needing the light. This activates the hippocampus and boosts attention to detail. Dear friends, our brain is like a well-worn road. If you take the same path to the market every day, there comes a moment when you arrive without remembering how you got there. Because the brain has automated the process, and when that happens, it's no longer alert. Just like brushing your teeth with your right hand every morning, or always sitting in the same spot for tea, or putting on your clothes in the same order. These routines make life easier, but they also make the brain lazy. So today's exercise is simple. Change something small in your routine to wake up your brain's creative decision-making center. Try this. If you always brush your teeth with your right hand, try using your left. If you put on your shirt before your watch, switch the order today. If you always sit in the same seat at meals, try a new spot. If you usually make coffee before turning on music, reverse it today. Every small change is like a wake-up tap for those sleepy neurons. I remember a patient, Mr. Albert, 71, who used to be a software engineer. He told me, I do everything in order. That's how I stay in control. But lately, my mind feels overprogrammed. I suggested something simple. Each morning, change one little habit, switch hands, rearrange your order, try a new path. 2 weeks later, he came back smiling. I feel more alive. Every day brings a small surprise, and my mind feels flexible again. This exercise helps stimulate your prefrontal cortex, the brain's creative decision maker. Improve adaptability and quick thinking. Break the autopilot loop. Delay or prevent early cognitive decline. Try listing 7 daily habits, then each day reverse just one. These tiny switches are like daily vitamins for the mind. Have you ever brushed with the wrong hand or tried eating with your non-dominant hand? Tell me in the comments your funny or surprising experiences might just inspire someone else. Dear friends, language is one of the most magical gifts we've had since childhood. We speak, write, name things, describe feelings. And language is the electric current that links every part of the brain from memory and attention to emotion and logic. But after 60, many people tell me, Doctor, the words are just slipping away. Not because they're less smart, but because the connection between words and brain slows down with age. That's why today's game is so simple and so powerful. How it works. Choose any letter, for example, B. Try to quickly list 5 words starting with that letter. Example with B: bread, book, beach, bench, banana. Sounds easy, right? But once you start, you'll feel your brain stretch. Want a harder version? Find 5 words that start with P and relate to the kitchen. Or 5 words that start with S that describe emotions. Make it a family game. Who thinks faster? Who has the most creative words? I remember a lovely lady, Elaine, 78, a retired literature teacher. When she came to see me, she felt sad. The words are hiding from me, doctor. I gave her one exercise. Every morning, write down 5 words starting with the letter of the day. Monday, Itoshinem, Tuesday, Amamanti, etc. A month later, she returned beaming. It feels like I'm treasure hunting inside my own mind. And best of all, I'm no longer stuck during chats with my granddaughter. Benefits: boost word recall speed, activates Broca's and Wernicke's areas. The brain's language centers, sharpens short-term memory, reduces tip-of-the-tongue moments. Try this today. Letter T, 5 words about nature. Letter C, 5 of your favorite food. Letter H, 5 things that make you happy. How many words can you list in 1 minute? Which letters stump you? Tell me in the comments. I'll challenge you with a surprise letter next week. Dear friends, if memory were a room, then every new piece of information would need to be stored, labeled, and placed just right. But after 60, many patients tell me, Doctor, I remember what happened 20 years ago, but I can't recall what I just heard. That's short-term memory, the most commonly neglected part of the brain in later life. And how do we wake it up with just one tiny exercise each day? I'll read a random objects aloud. You listen carefully, no writing aloud. Then close your eyes for 10 seconds and try to recall all 5 in the correct order. Ready? Here's your first list. Scissors, notebook, pen, glasses, water bottle. Close your eyes, recall. How many did you remember? Did you get the right order? Build a story. For example, I picked up the scissors to cut a page from my notebook, wrote a note with my pen, wore my glasses, and took a sip from my water bottle. Stories help your brain link ideas and store them more deeply. Want a challenge? Try remembering 7 or even 9 items. Ask a loved one to show you 5 objects in the room. Look for 10 seconds, turn away, then recall. Wait 5 minutes and try again. See how much your short-term memory holds. I once taught this to Mr. Gerald, 74, a retired chef. He told me, I remember hundreds of recipes, but now I forget my shopping list at the store. We practiced this 5 items game daily. He even tracked when he forgot things. After a few weeks, he proudly shared, my wife asked me to pick up 6 things. I listened once and remembered them all. This exercise helps strengthen short-term memory, improve focus and data retention, lower early dementia risk. Train your brain to self-organize incoming information. Create your own object list each day, or play with your grandkids or partner. It's memory training with a warm heart. And if you've ever forgotten something funny like leaving the remote in the fridge or bringing a razor to water, the plants tell me in the comments. We'll laugh together and grow stronger with love and memory. Dear friends, we've now walked through 6 gentle mental exercises you can do at home. Each one takes just a few minutes, but the benefits can last a lifetime. From counting backwards, spotting patterns, finding words, remembering objects. Each is a small daily step to help your mind stay alert, clear, and beautifully connected to life. I believe memory doesn't fade with age. It just needs tending like a garden. A little watering, gentle pruning, seeds of attention day by day. I'm Dr. William Hart. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, stay sharp, stay joyful, and stay wonderfully you.